Welcome to English with Miss Julia. This lesson is aimed at beginners as well as intermediate learners. We read a story and the title is Ziggy's Daring Dash. I encourage you to pause the video regularly, identify new vocabulary, and practice your pronunciation. That being said, let's get started. Ziggy was a zebra with a very big problem. He was bored. He lived in a beautiful, lush savanna. But he'd seen every blade of grass, every acacia tree, and every watering hole. He knew all the other zebras, all the giraffes, and even most of the grumpy warthogs. There must be more to the world, he sighed, looking up at the bright blue sky. Ziggy's herd grazed peacefully, their black and white stripes blending together like a moving river. He watched them, their heads bobbing gently as they ate. He wanted to tell them about his big idea, about his need for adventure. But they seemed content, and Ziggy didn't want to disturb their peaceful lunch. One day, Ziggy noticed a strange, shimmering line in the distance. It looked like a ribbon of silver snaking its way across the horizon. What could that be? He wondered, his ears twitching with curiosity. He had never seen anything like it before. He felt a thrill of excitement. He decided to ask his mother, a wise and gentle zebra named Zara. "Mother, what is that shimmering line in the distance?" he asked, pointing with his nose. Zara looked where he was pointing, her eyes narrowing slightly. "That, Ziggy, is the Silver River," she said, her voice low. "The Silver River," Ziggy repeated, his eyes wide. "I've never seen it before." Zara nodded. "It's far beyond our usual grazing grounds," she explained. "It's a place of mystery and wonder, but also of danger." Ziggy's heart pounded. He had to see it. That night, Ziggy couldn't sleep. He tossed and turned, his mind filled with images of the Silver River. He imagined sparkling water, strange trees, and maybe even new animals. He knew He had to go on an adventure. He felt like he would burst if he didn't. The next morning, while the herd was still sleeping, Ziggy quietly slipped away. He tiptoed past his mother, who was dozing under a large acacia tree. He was determined to reach the Silver River, no matter what. He felt a mix of fear and excitement. The journey was long and hot. Ziggy walked for hours, his hooves kicking up dust as he went. He passed through dry grasslands and rocky hills. He kept his eye on the shimmering line in the distance. He was not going to give up. Along the way, he met a grumpy baboon named Bobo. Bobo was sitting on a rock, scratching his head. "Where do you think you're going, little zebra?" he grumbled. Ziggy told him about the Silver River. Bobo snorted. "That's a long way for a little zebra." Ziggy continued his journey, ignoring Bobo's grumbling. He passed a family of meerkats who popped their heads out of their burrows to watch him go by. Chattered amongst themselves, wondering where he was headed. Ziggy smiled and waved. As he got closer, the shimmering line became clearer. He could see that it was indeed a river, sparkling in the sunlight. The air felt cooler and fresher. He could hear the gentle sound of flowing water. He had made it. The Silver River was even more beautiful than Ziggy had imagined. The water was crystal clear, and the river banks were lined with lush green plants. Strange, colorful birds flew overhead, their songs filling the air. He had never seen such a beautiful place. He saw animals he had never seen before. Sleek otters playing in the water, brightly colored frogs hopping among the reeds, and even a family of shy water bugs. He spent hours watching them, amazed by their different ways of life. He felt like he was in a dream. Oh! Suddenly he heard a loud splash. He turned and saw a large crocodile sliding into the water. Ziggy gasped. He had never seen a crocodile before. It looked very big and very hungry. He knew he had to be careful. Ziggy cautiously explored the riverbank, keeping a close eye out for the crocodile. He found a hidden path that led deeper into the forest. He decided to follow it, curious to see what he would find. He wanted to see more. The path led him to a hidden waterfall. The water cascaded down the rocks, creating a misty spray. Rainbows danced in the sunlight. Ziggy was mesmerized. He had never seen anything so magical. He felt like he had found a secret. He spent the rest of the day exploring the area around the waterfall. He found a patch of juicy berries, a cool, shady cave, and even a friendly tortoise who told him stories of the river. He felt so happy. As the sun began to set, Ziggy realized it was time to head back. He knew his mother would be worried. He said goodbye to the tortoise and started his journey back across the savannah. He walked quickly. He imagined sharing his adventures with his family. He was so excited. He passed Bobo the baboon again, who was still sitting on his rock. "Well, look who's back," Bobo grumbled. "Did you find your silly river?" Ziggy smiled. "It wasn't silly at all," he said. "It was amazing." Ziggy reached his herd just as the moon was rising. His mother was waiting for him, her eyes filled with worry. "Ziggy!" she cried, rushing towards him. "Where have you been?" He told her about his journey to the Silver River. He told her about the sparkling water, the strange animals, the hidden waterfall, and the friendly tortoise. Zara listened patiently, her eyes wide with amazement. She was so proud of her adventurous son. She gave him a loving nuzzle. Ziggy shared his stories with the rest of the herd. They were all amazed by his adventures. They had never heard of a place like the Silver River. They were all very curious. From that day on, Ziggy was known as Ziggy the Explorer. He told stories of his adventures to all young zebras, inspiring them to be curious and brave. He showed them that there was more to the world than their familiar savannah. He taught them about the importance of exploring and discovering new things. He told them that it was okay to be curious and to venture beyond their comfort zone. He wanted them to be brave. One day, A group of young zebras asked Ziggy to take them to the Silver River. He was thrilled. He led them on a grand adventure, showing them all the wonders he had discovered. They were so excited. They saw the otters, the frogs, and the water bucks. They visited the hidden waterfall and found the juicy berries. They even met the friendly tortoise. They had a wonderful time. Ziggy became a leader, guiding the young zebras on many more adventures. They explored hidden valleys, climbed rocky hills, and discovered new watering holes. They became very good explorers. Ziggy's herd began to change. They became more adventurous and curious. They started to explore beyond their usual grazing grounds. They found new and exciting places. They were happy. Ziggy's mother, Zara, was very proud of him. She saw how he had inspired the herd and how he had brought joy and adventure to their lives. She knew he was a special zebra. Ziggy learned that adventure wasn't just about seeing new places. It was also about sharing those experiences with others. He loved seeing the joy on the faces of the young zebras as they discovered new wonders. He felt very happy. He also learned that it was important to be brave and to face his fears. He had been scared of the crocodile, but he had continued his exploration. He had found that being brave was worth it. Ziggy continued to explore, always seeking new adventures. He never stopped being curious. He knew that there was always something new to discover. He wanted to see everything. He became a symbol of courage and curiosity for all the animals in the savannah. Thank you for reading this story with us. If you enjoyed it, please click the like button and do consider subscribing to our channel. This way, we may reach learners from all over the world and assist them in their English language. We look forward to seeing you in our next lesson.